So I ought to be honest with you guys about what my plans were for this video and how it changed, because my plan was to do something completely different away from basketball for this episode of Canadian Cock Talk. Thank you for joining in. I was thinking about doing something that I'm actually going to save for Tuesday, so I'm not going to spoil that just yet, but I wasn't going to talk about this today because I thought that the basketball game was just going to be the same old for Gamecock basketball, where we go out, we're on the road, and especially after losing to Vanderbilt on last Saturday, I was like, what are the chances we win this Florida game? Of course, I still watch the game. I watch all the games, but I wasn't going to talk about it. I wanted to talk about something more positive because I was sick of losing and sick of talking negatively. This is something that I want to have fun with. This is something that I always want to talk positive about the Gamecocks on, and that's what my plan was today. So I was just going to do something fun, but the Gamecocks go out to Gainesville, Florida, and come down with a 72-66 win against the Florida Gators, the number 22 Florida Gators, who this weekend in the SEC Big 12 Challenge just went down to, or I guess it's up for here. It's down for me, up for you guys. So Morgantown, West Virginia, came out of there with a win against the number 11 best team in the country in Morgantown and West Virginia. The Mountaineers are a good basketball team, and so is this Florida basketball team. Frank Martin and the rest of that team just had straight tunnel vision. I bet you they knew. I'm not guessing that they went looking for it, but they knew the chatter going around the program that, like, oh, we suck, Frank Martin should be fired. I'm guessing that they could sense all that, but you know what they did? I just hit my mic, but straight tunnel vision and focused on this Florida game. They didn't look back at the Vandy game. They didn't look back at the LSU game. They didn't look back at the Mizzou game. They just looked forward at this Florida game, and guess what? You prepare right. You go out there and put your heart out on the line. And I could tell you that the first possession, you know how Frank Martin was like, oh, from the first possession in the Vanderbilt game, I knew that we were going to lose because we just didn't come out right. They came out right in the first half of the game and finished it off right in the second half of the game. Huge round of applause, huge sigh of relief, and just a huge, nice feeling that the Gamecocks won a basketball game against a good team on the road, a ranked team. It feels good. Feels really good to watch the Gamecocks win. It's just fun. You never like to see your team lose, and you always like to see your team win. So I think that we should celebrate this, especially that this isn't no Georgia Bulldog basketball team. This is the Florida Gators, for goodness sake. 22nd best team in the country. We beat a good team. I'm not saying that the Gamecocks are on some massive slope where it's like, oh, we're going straight to the top. We're going to March Madness, Final Four, here we come, all that stuff. It's a start. It's a start being a good team, and you can always feel comfortable and feel good about a good win and where you're headed in the program. I said the same thing after the Georgia game, and guess what? We went and we lost to Vanderbilt. It doesn't matter about this game. This Florida game means nothing now. For them as players, for us, it's going to mean something because, like, oh, we just won. It feels good that we're in a winning mood again. This means absolutely nothing for the players and the coaches because, again, they got to have that tunnel vision where it's just next game. We don't care about what happened in the past. We are focused fully on this next game. We're not looking ahead. We're not looking a season ahead, 2 years ahead. We're not looking a week back, a day back, a play back. Even like looking back at play, this was a team that went out and played aggressive and was not afraid to make mistakes. And that's something that I've been really, really key on the last couple of years of the Gamecocks, because you see the games where we lose and everything. You see guys who are just constantly scared to make mistakes, and that's when you just see the panic set in. That's when they don't want to take the risks and try to make a play themselves. That's when you really get the ball passing around, and then you have guys only taking shots because they feel like they have to, because otherwise if they pass it, they're going to get chewed out or whatever. I think that this team needs to prepare the same way that they did for this game for the next game. Now, this game, AJ Lawson, obviously MVP of this game, putting up 22 points. The Canadian kid is back, putting up monster numbers each and every game. Keyshawn Bryant, who is leading the SEC in average points per game, I'm pretty sure, only put up 8 points this game, but that just shows you that the depth that we have on this team and that the ability that we can score with multiple guys. Yes, we've won before with Jermaine, AJ, and Keyshawn all putting up the big numbers in the game. But when you have guys like 7th Woods, which I like to call him 8th or 9th Woods, because that wasn't 7th Woods that we saw today. That was some completely different Woods. Love to see him step up in this game. 12 points for him in this game. You had Keyshawn still had a good game. Don't get me wrong. Keyshawn had some monster blocks. He was able to put the ball in the hoop. He was able to get the ball around to his players. Got some big rebounds. He was really good today. The big guys in the interior, specifically Jalen McCreary, who made a huge play late in the second half to really pull away for the Gamecocks win, grabs a board on the other end of the court, brings it down the court. I can't remember who takes the ball up the court, but they go for a layup, misses it, but you know who's right there behind him? Jalen McCreary grabs a rebound off the backboard, slams it home. It was just a really good fundamental game, and just guys who were not afraid to make mistakes, guys who were out there giving it their all, and I think we owe Frank Martin credit. I think that we owe him credit for winning this game because he prepared his guys the right way, and it all starts with coaching. You can always give the credit to players for winning the games, and it seems like you always give the credit to the coaches when you lose games. But I think for games that we win, especially in college basketball, where coaching is much more crucial than in NBA and pro league basketball, Frank Martin deserves credit for this win. It feels good to get the win. And guys, Gamecocks basketball is back. Gamecock basketball is back. So thank you so much for watching this video. Whether you're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, no matter where you're watching this on, hit the follow button wherever that is, or the subscribe button. Like the video, comment on the video. Thank you for watching, and definitely come back next time.